Welcome to another tech tip, and I'm here in Edmentum, and today I want to talk a little bit about this first Edmentum Sensei dashboard that comes up when you come in. So across the top here, we have programs, alerts, communication, students, and ready to score. Alerts are what you get when you first log in. So we have an alert that we have an email here. I'm going to come back to that. The email, but I don't want to delete this alert yet because I want to show you how it looks on some other screens. We have communication, which works just like an email box. I have this message from Demosyn, which I already opened, so this one turned gray. And I have this orange one that I haven't opened, so it comes up as orange. I also have my sent, my archive, new messages. I think to anyone this is going to be pretty easy to use. Now, the tab that I really find interesting is this student tab. And this is really nice because you can see if a student is actually online, right? Are they actually logged into their course doing things, right? We can also see if they're inactive. So Fred Doug is online, but he's not active. And he has sent me a message, so he probably needs my help, right? So from this screen, I can see all of this. Now, eventually, you're going to have way more than 6 students. So they have a way for you to manage the students because you can put them into groups. So to put students in a group, you click Manage Groups. You create a new group, and I'm going to call this AM Block 2. Press Save. And now I have this group up here. I had already created AM Block 1. And now I have this group here, but there's no students in it. To put students in it, you select on the group, and then once you select on the group, you can come down here and do Add to Group, right? So let me close that so you can see when I go to Manage Groups, I have to click on this, and then that Add to Group comes up. So let's say I want to add this student, and this student to that group. I need to go ahead and close, and now those students are in that group. So what point does that make? Well, over here, I can come here and do AM Block 1, and I can see just the students who are in AM Block 1. So at the bare minimum, your AM and PM students, you could definitely separate, but this also will let you just view the students who should be in your room at a time. So this is kind of nice because it can help you to group because you can see, okay, so I have these students, who's in what class, right? So I can go ahead and, it's not letting me filter by that. It's got all. Okay, and I also can search up here too. But the groups definitely will be very useful because you'll be able to group your students that you need to do things with at a certain time, right? Who is in front of you at this time? Now, I do want to point out we have this nice little key over here. It's going to be really nice to be able to see who's online but inactive. So Fred is online, but he's not currently doing anything. And I can also see that he sent me a message, okay? So now might be the time. There's a bunch of different ways I can see this message, right? But I would probably go in and see what Fred is doing, right? What class is he working on? And then I could come to my communications and I could reply to this. So all I got was from a student. This is a test email, right? Because this was just me practicing. So I could reply to it totally like your regular typical email. It has a lot more functionality than the Apex one did. Like you can actually put a hyperlink in here, which is so nice. If you want to guide the student towards the guided notes doc that you have, you could put it in here as a copy link. So many things you could do when communicating with students because we have all of this rich text stuff, right? You can even create a table, some pretty cool stuff. Anyway, so we have students, communications. Oh, I did not talk about ready to score, and this is going to have any assignments that are ready to grade. And if I come in here, I notice that I have 2 assignments. I can just press play here and grade the activities, right? I can also look at only graded activities, only threaded discussion, only graded assessment items. So those are things that are actually on the assessment as opposed to the course activities and the discussions, because those are our 3 things that we grade, right? So you can go and look at all of those as well. Let's see if these I'm going to have to ask Karen about the filter buttons. But okay, I hope that this helps. I think this is something we'll probably use a lot more of once we have students, but I think this monitoring is going to be very, very cool and very useful to us. Have a great week.